Brighton Baltic L-class tank loco. Continuing with some of my dad's more special locos, I thought you might like to see his model of the Brighton Baltic tank. These impressive 464 locomotives were designed by Lieutenant Colonel Lawson Billington, the Chief Mechanical Engineer of the London, Brighton South Coast Railway. He was appointed to this post in 1912. Due to the intervention of the First World War, only 2 of this class were turned out in 1914, but a further 5 were delivered between 1921 and 1922. They were designed for the Brighton to London services. Being a run of just 50 miles, a tank engine was suitable. However, they were also designed to have incredible acceleration and ability to maintain speed despite steep gradients encountered on the route. Because of this, they had very large cylinders. In fact, the largest ever used in Britain. They were in every way a big and impressive locomotive, but were equally regarded as very beautiful locomotives. There were initial teething troubles, stability being an issue due to the large water tanks and types of springs used. Evidence exists that at least once one of these huge beasts derailed its driving wheels, but by some miracle re-railed itself before any real harm could be done. Only the testimony of the crew and the marks on the sleepers near Hassocks were on hand to prove this. The water tanks were reduced in size and a well tank fitted between the front driving wheels, thus lowering the centre of gravity. At the same time, helical springs that had been fitted from new were replaced with standard leaf types. From then on, these locomotives performed perfectly on their design tasks, hauling express passenger services and famous trains such as the Brighton Belle and the City Limited. This model depicts 333 Remembrance, as she was in 1932. The model was a Langley kit and is fitted with an Airthix 1001 5-pole motor and 40:1 gears. The model is every bit as impressive as the real thing. These 7 locomotives continued to give fantastic performance up until 1936, when electrification made them redundant, having been transferred to Eastbourne services for the last 2 or 3 years of their lives. They were then converted to 460 tender engines and given the classification of N15X, in fact a form of King Arthur class, and transferred to the western section of the southern. None were saved, and in fact the last services in this new form was worked in 1956. So that you can see what these impressive locomotives really looked like, I have found 2 black and white clips where you may see them. The quality is obviously fairly poor given the age of the films, but nonetheless you do get an idea. And in the third clip you can also see what they were rebuilt into, the N15X. 333 was named Remembrance by the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway after World War I, and the dedication plates fitted read, "In grateful remembrance of the 532 men of the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway who gave their lives for their country, 1914 to 1919. It therefore seems fitting that I am making this video on the centenary of the start of this dreadful conflict. I would ask that you all join with me in remembering the huge sacrifice that was made and is still being made by our forces so that we might live in safety and freedom.